Hey guys, Janelle here from JanelleEmma.com, and today I wanted to talk to you about how you can deal with negative people when you're prospecting or out building your business. So we just want to first make sure that when we are talking to people and dealing with negative people, that we deal with it in the right way. We're not being negative back, and we're not giving network marketing a bad name or putting out a bad name against ourselves within the industry. You know, we want to keep network marketing as a good industry, and it already has a big stigma around it anyway. So you don't want to be out there making people feel like, you know, what they think about it in a bad way is true and correct. So, you know, try and be as professional as possible and as positive as possible, no matter how negative they are. Now, some people are just going to fish at you no matter what. You know, they're going to keep firing bad questions at you just to try and get, you know, a bite from you in some way, or just to try and shut you down and find, you know, a question that you're not going to be able to answer. So this is when we need to have full posture behind what we say and full, you know, knowledge behind the industry and about our company and our products and what we promote. So, you know, make sure that you are confident in all of that, and make sure that you are being, you know, really happy and positive, no matter what it is they're saying about it, or no matter what it is they're saying about the network marketing industry itself. So just try and understand why they're negative to start with. They may be just a negative person anyway, or it could be the fact that you've gone to them in a sort of salesy way or really pitchy, and they haven't liked that approach, so that's why they're negative to you, you know. Or like I said, it could just be that they're a negative person and they may just not have enough knowledge around the industry itself, and that's why they're really negative about it. You know, there's a lot of people out there, including me at the start. I was quite I wasn't standoffish at all with network marketing, but I didn't have enough knowledge about it to know the good things to be able to back myself up when I first started. So make sure you know that, and make sure you're getting the knowledge on that from different people. And Eric Worre, as I talk about all the time, is really good for that, and so's, you know, Tanya Eliza and Ray Higdon and those sort of people. So, you know, you can see their posture and you can see how confident they are, and the way that they stand for the industry itself and the profession itself, not just for their company. So really learn a lot from them, and learn how you can put that and implement that into your own approach when you're talking to other people, and when they're really giving you those negative comments or you know, blasting stuff at you that they're trying to find something that you don't have an answer to. So, you know, make sure you are confident in what you're saying. Now, just understanding why they are the way they are is one way to go about it. You know, if it is that you're being too salesy, or that we're pitching them in some way that you wouldn't usually, especially if there's someone you know, you don't want to be out there being different to who you usually are if it's your warm market. You know, if they're our warm market, we want to be the same. We don't want to change the way that we talk to them or the way that we approach them, or if we call them on the phone, we don't want to be then, you know, sounding like a sales agent of some sort, when usually we would ring and just say, hey, how you going, and have a normal chat. So, you know, don't change that approach if that's the way you are with your warm market anyway. But then, you know, when you go to your cold market, it does become a little bit different. And if you are getting those negative Nancy's, as I call it, that's when you need to find other strategies and other ways that you can, you know, really be able to be witty and fire back at them if they are approaching you in a negative way. Now, just when you're looking at this, when you're looking at the negative people and you're looking at the way that they are coming across to you, even ask them, have you been in network marketing before? Is that why you have such a negative outlook on this? Or, you know, if they are someone who's, you know, you've approached and they're like, I wouldn't do that. I do 12 hours a day at work already. Why would I add something else into my life? You know, and that's when you can say, well, do you really want to be doing 12 hours a day at your normal job for the rest of your life? You know, and it might make them think, well, no, I don't want to be working 12 hours a day for the next, you know, 15 years or whatever it might be, 25 years or whatever. So, you know, by saying that, you might actually spark something in them to make them realize and make them understand that this is, you know, something that they could put in as a side project alongside what they're already doing, without interfering with that too much, and then, you know, giving up their normal job in the future, in, you know, say 3 to 5 years time. So try and see how you can approach them in a better way. and don't give them a reaction. You know, if they're really negative to you, don't bite back at them like you would and try and get rid of them, because you know, you are standing for the industry itself. You are standing there for your company, and you need to be professional about that. And by blowing them off straight away, you're just going to lose them altogether. You know, what if they're only blowing you off now because they don't know enough about the industry? Then, you know, they've got really lack of knowledge in the industry, but you don't know in 5 years' time whether they, you know, over time you give them bits and pieces, or you keep loving them on them, or you they talk to someone else within the industry and they start to realize how good it is and what it's like. They may come back to you, you know, they may come back to you in a year's time, 2 years' time, 5 years' time, whatever, when the timing is right for them. So don't go and blow them off straight away and just think, oh, they were a no, and, you know, screw up the bit of paper where you wrote their name down or whatever. You know, make sure that you keep them on your list. Make sure that you keep loving on them. And if there's something new that comes up within your business or your company, ask them if they want to look at it, if it's something new and different to what they saw last time. Or, you know, if you're going to an event which is not a company event, but it's maybe just a networking event, ask them to go along with you and keep loving on them like that. And you just don't know what can happen in the future. So by blowing them off is really bad. And by giving them a negative back and telling them to nick off for whatever they've said in a really horrible way to you is bad as well. You don't want any of that. You want to be, you know, making sure that you're positive no matter what they say. You want to make sure you've got a really good stance and posture, and you want to just keep loving on them over time if they let you. You know, if they haven't said completely no and they've just, you know, pretty much just said, you know, this is not for me, but they haven't actually said no thanks altogether, then you can keep loving on them over time, and you just don't know where that'll lead in the future. And just try and educate them as much as possible, you know. Let them know about things that you know that may interest them. You know, if you know that person, if it's your warm market and you know them really well, you're going to know certain things that might spark their brain, you know, or that might interest them in some way, or a new product that comes out that they may really resonate with. You know, it may give them, you know, just that little bit of clarification that, okay, this might be able to work for me. Or, you know, if it's something to do with like a health product and you provide it for them, you may be free for the first month or something just to let them try it if it's a sample or whatever, and they really like it, they might completely change the way that they think about your business altogether. So, you know, focusing on the product can really help if it's warm market, and if they've been negative before in the past, don't even bring up the business again. Just go back to product, and if there's new products coming out, that's even better. You know, you can say, let's try this new product, or if it's something that would resonate with them, it may be something they want to try straight away. So people may secretly watch you over time. Even though they've said no to start with, they may secretly watch you and watch what you're doing over the next few months, and just see what it is that you're succeeding in or how you're progressing in it. And that's just, it's funny to see when that happens, and then people come back to you 12 or 18 months later and start saying that they want to learn more about what you're doing. And so I just definitely think there should be no burning of bridges. Don't burn your bridges with people that have said no months ago. Just keep them on your list and keep loving on them, and make sure that even though they may have been really negative, just keep being yourself and being positive for the industry itself. Be positive for your company, and don't burn those bridges, you know. And I really think that the whole feel, felt, found can really work. You know, my company, you know, train us on this a lot. And, you know, you can say something like, I know how you feel. I felt the same way at the start. You know, I was really negative about this at the start, but this is what I found. So that's that whole feel, felt, found that you can use. And by saying what you found, or the experiences that you found, you know, as you went along in your business, it might resonate with them, and it'll spark something in them to want to listen more as well, you know, to listen more to what it is that you have to say, because your story was very similar to theirs at the start. So please don't burn bridges. Please keep a very good positive outlook for our industry, and make sure that you're confident in what you're saying and what you do and your posture, and and really just, you know, make sure that those negative Nancys don't get to you. We don't need them to get to you, so you get to that point of being really negative yourself when people start saying no. Just, you know, keep that vibe really high, keep your posture high, and I'm sure it's going to help you in the long run. I know it will, because it has with me. So I hope you got value in this. Please like or share or comment if this was of value to you, or if you want to share it with your team. And I will see you all on the next video. See ya.